It's a question that challenges our conventional understanding of prayer and divinity. We often associate prayer with a plea to a higher power, a surrender to something greater than ourselves. But what happens when the self in question is already seen as the ultimate, or a direct emanation of it? Let's break it down, looking at each figure through the lens of their respective traditions. Let's start with Jesus Christ. For Christians, Jesus is the Son of God, fully divine and fully human. He is often called God incarnate. Yet, throughout the Gospels, we see Jesus praying frequently. He prays before miracles, he prays for strength, he prays in thanksgiving, and most poignantly, he prays in agony in the Garden of Gethsemane. So, who is Jesus praying to? The answer, unequivocally, is God the Father. This highlights a core Christian doctrine, the Trinity. God exists as three co-equal persons, the Father, the Son, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. Jesus' prayers demonstrate his perfect submission and communion with the Father. It's not a prayer of a lesser being to a greater one in the sense of imperfection, but rather an expression of unity, love, and dependency within the Godhead, and as an example for humanity. He models for us how to relate to God. Next, let's turn to Lord Krishna, a central deity in Hinduism, particularly revered in Vaishnavism. Krishna is considered by many to be the Purna avatar, the complete manifestation of Vishnu, who is God himself. He is the supreme being, the source of all existence. So, if Krishna is God, who does he pray to? This is where it gets fascinating. In Hindu scriptures like the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna often speaks as the ultimate reality. He says, "I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me." So, direct prayer from Krishna to another higher being isn't typically depicted in the same way as Jesus. However, we see instances of Krishna engaging in acts that resemble devotion or meditation. Sometimes, these are understood as divine play. As the Supreme Lord, he enacts roles to teach humanity. For example, he might show respect to sages or elders, or meditate on the ultimate truth, not because he needs to pray to someone higher, but to demonstrate dharma, righteous conduct for the benefit of his devotees. His meditation can be seen as self-communion, a conscious awareness of his own divine nature, or focusing on the ultimate Brahman, which he himself embodies. However, just like Krishna, Shiva often engages in various forms of tapas or austerities. These are not prayers to a superior god, but often a demonstration of his yogic power, his control over the cosmos, or sometimes performed to bless devotees or to set an example of spiritual discipline. When Shiva is depicted meditating, he is often meditating on the formless Brahman, or on his own inherent divine nature, which is the Absolute.